Okay, I'm Ed. This is my son Zach. We're two Canadian guys trying weird beer.
And today we go Cuchulainn on some Irish delights.
What?
He's a Irish sort of like anti-hero folklore dude.
Coo Cullen?
Yep.
That's his name?
Yep.
His first name is Coo?
Yeah, spelled C-U. Gaelic.
Anywho, so in case you haven't noticed, we're celebrating St. Paddy's Day.
And by celebrating, I mean we're apologizing.
No, I like St. Paddy's Day. I've actually learned to like it a lot more since playing in a band with a bunch of Irish guys. And those guys know how to celebrate St. Pat's Day.
Oh yeah.
And they're very nice too. So yeah, we're gonna be trying some beers, some Irish beers now. Truth be told, we've probably tasted most of these before because we spent time in Irish pubs. Actually, Irish pubs are one of the best places to hang out. You know, they're nice and warm and inviting and cozy, and invariably you're gonna have a good time at an Irish pub. We're kind of doing our own Irish pub thing here.
Not gonna have so much a good time the day after, but
Yeah, but that night, can you like an Irish pub, the Hulk?
because he's big and green.
Well, yeah. But also, can you imagine the Hulk hanging out in an Irish pub, drinking with like some Irishman? Ha ha ha! Hulk not smash! Hulk love this guy! Ha ha ha!
How many pints do you think he can go through?
Who, the Hulk?
Yeah.
Well, Andre the Giant, apparently in one sitting, he drank over 100 cans or bottles of beer.
No.
Apparently.
Holy.
But I mean, that's over like a prolonged period of time, like, I don't know, course of an evening or something. So I'm guessing the Hulk can knock back quite a few beers. Anyway, we better get down to the beers because we've got lots of beers to try.
Yeah. Let's make some beers and honey.
What?
Bees and honey. It's a phrase for money.
So what we picked up,
Yeah.
or what the producer picked up for us, is the Irish Heritage Pack.
Just to clarify, we know these aren't weird beers.
No, they're not.
There's nothing novelty about them.
No, I mean, the Guinness, which is a stout, is probably the most out there beer, but you can't call it a really a weird beer because it's so incredibly popular.
Because it's Guinness.
So we've got Harps, which is a lager, and I love lagers. And we've got Smithwick's, or Smithwick's as they like to call it.
I don't think I've ever had.
I don't think I've had the red ale. I think Smithwick's or Smithwick's has a pale ale.
And of course, the tried and true legend.
That's it, except no substitute, the Guinness. Although I've been told that, drinking Guinness out of a can is sacrilege. But for our purposes, since we can't shoot this in an Irish pub at this moment,
Oh my god, how great would that be?
then we have a Kilkenny, which is Irish cream ale. One of my dreams, if I ever win the lottery and once, everything goes back to some semblance of normality or normalcy, two places I'd like to do a Canadian Guys Try Weird Beers tour. One is in Las Vegas because they have some awesome microbreweries, and they also have, some really cool Irish pubs. One of my favorites is Nine Fine Irishmen, which is in New York, I think. Went there with the producer once. We spent quite a bit of time drinking there. An outlandish amount of time drinking there. And that bartender introduced us to something. It's not particularly new. Where you mix two beers to get two beers to make something else altogether. I never heard of that. I didn't know about crossing the streams in terms of beer. That's crazy. But apparently you can do that. So Vegas, and it would be awesome to do a pub crawl in Ireland.
Yes.
I've had friends who have been to Ireland, and they love it. They said it was awesome. People were friendly. Of course, the pubs are incredible, like real authentic Irish pubs. So
I also want to do. I mean, it's not gonna be the same thing, but I remember one time when I went to a Renaissance fair, there was like an hourly pub crawl there.
after Renaissance fair, so what?
Yeah.
You go from tent to tent, or
Yeah,
whatever?
yeah, yeah. And you just get fucking plastered.
Yeah, that's about the only thing that get me to go to a Renaissance fair.
Renaissance fairs are great. I mean, sure, it was weird when I saw some people. You know, there's one dude dressed as like a peasant dude, and then there was Elsa from Frozen.
Talk about crossing your streams.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get the show on the road. Before we start imbibing the beer, palate cleanser time,
Palate cleanser.
which we're drinking out of our fancy new plastic St. Patty's Day shot glasses with little whistles to warn you that we're getting drunk. Now, I thought about doing Irish whiskey, but really good Irish whiskey is kind of expensive. So we're going with our usual palate cleanser, the tequila. But I figure Hornitos Black Barrel. If it's in a barrel, that's almost Irish, right?
Yeah.
Well, it's double aged in whiskey barrels, so it's Irish adjacent.
I like my tequila like I like my Irish shoved into barrels.
That's horrible. Why would you shove an Irish person into barrels?
I don't know. You said it.
I didn't say you said it.
Well,
Yes, yeah, glass.
and just in case these scream what kind of budget we have on the show, these cost $2.
Woohoo! Big spenders. In for a penny, in for a pint. That's got some burn to it.
Whoa!
That's good.
It.
Oh, you can taste the Irish in the barrels.
Oh my God!
Oh, I just got the shivers. Okay. Let's get the glasses. Let's get this ball rolling. We got lots of beer to drink.
Oh God!
What do you want to start with?
I feel like we should end on Guinness at least. Let's start with Harp.
Start with the harps.
Fucking hell, that's tequila.
Now, unfortunately, we only have one Guinness glass. The other one is like Rickard's.
Yeah, I think I shattered the other Guinness glass a few years back.
In a fit of pique or a peak of fit?
Peak of fit, yeah. A fit of peak, I wasn't quite there yet.
So you eased into your rage.
Yeah. I was only a second level barbarian then.
Nerd alert!
Oh, not very good nerd, because actually barbarians come and start raging at third, not second.
How can you make such a rookie mistake?
I know.
Hang your head in shame. This is like the ever pouring beer. This is awesome.
Yeah, there's a lot of beer in that. Do you guys like cardboard? If you like cardboard, make sure to like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe and
I don't know
comment
why.
down below.
I don't know why I didn't bother waiting for a better segue, and I just used this, which was part of the box. So
Okay, now that segue's out of the way. It smells like a lager.
I don't smell much. I smell my hat.
You smell your hat.
Well, because it keeps on going all the way down there, and I look like that.
You got it tilted back in a jaunty fashion. Well, you know what? One thing we know for sure tonight is that we're not going to run into a bad beer. That's not going to happen tonight. The luck of the Irish is with us, and we know that the Irish know how to brew a good beer. So let's try Harps, shall we?
That's just good, clean fun.
Yep, that's a good lager.
Yep. That's just nice. That's oh my God, that's so nice.
It's been so long. We had a bad run there for a brief period.
I mean, yeah, we had okay beers.
Yeah.
This is just like I kind of wish it was colder. Sorry, Irish.
Yeah, I don't know if you're supposed to drink Irish beers at room temperature or if they're supposed to be chilled.
I've heard.
I think some of them are supposed to be chilled. And room temperature is relative, right? I mean, room temperature in Arizona is like, why don't we just boil the Guinness?
Well, then you make a stew.
Yeah, you can. Well, yeah, you can make very tasty stews with Guinness or with any stout actually. We've made some beef stews and stuff like that
Various beers.
with dark stout beers, and flavor is great. Unlike we used some kind of crazy beer to make a muffin, and the muffin was atrocious. It was well baked, but the taste was awful.
It was one of the best technical muffins I've ever eaten, but the flavor was...
Yeah, from a construction standpoint, it was a spectacular muffin. From a taste standpoint, it was god awful. I bet Guinness would even make a good muffin. It just got that taste. It's got a lot of flavor.
If you've made a Guinness muffin, comment below.
Yes, please. If you've used Guinness in cooking and the results were favorable, let us know.
It's actually really dangerous that we're starting off with such a nice beer because we have 3 more to go, and we haven't eaten.
Oh, this is going to be fun. I figure we should do 2 beers, then another palate cleanser. Or do you want to have a palate cleanser after each beer?
That depends. How much of this video do you want to remember?
That would be 4 shots.
That's a lot of shots in between 4 beers.
Yeah, no, the producer's shaking her head saying that would not be a wise move.
I gotta make sure I can press the buttons to order us food after, man.
I mean, that's 4 shots of tequila and 4 beers.
Yeah.
So, yeah, perhaps not. So, we'll do 2. We'll have a palate cleanser. We'll do another 2. So, we've done the Harps. Obviously, Harps Lager. Great beer. I've actually had it in an Irish pub on tap. Tastes great. Want to try the Smittix?
Yeah, let's try the Smittix.
Producer had a Smittix at 9.5 an Irishman after she ordered a Corona.
Way to throw her under the bus. That was so unnecessary. Funny, but unnecessary.
Yeah, it's a story that bears repeating. Although she did have a Smittix, and it was very tasty. And then I ordered a Guinness, and the bartender asked the producer, "Do you want a Guinness?" And she goes, "No, I don't like Guinness. It's too heavy, too strong, blah blah blah." And he goes, "Okay." He goes, "I'm going to make you something." And he called it a blacksmith. With other beers, it's called a black and tan. And what you do is, I believe you pour the Guinness on the bottom. You fill it half with Guinness, and then the way he did it is he poured it over the back of a spoon into the pint glass, and he poured the Smittix, so you have half and half. And it was really, really good. It was really, really. Do you agree? Was it?
Yep.
It actually made her not hate Guinness. Like he said, this is for people who don't like Guinness. I don't know why, but I'd never imagined mixing 2 beers. It just never occurred to me.
Because usually it's a bad idea. But
Yeah.
what's not a bad idea is when we get some news, because this just in,
Yes.
beer in Ireland is not warm, nor is it room temperature.
Ruh-roh.
If the draft pints aren't cold enough, there are also bottled options available that come right out of a cooler, just like in the USA.
Well, there you go. You
Try-
learn something new every day.
Trying to set us up for failure.
Yeah, anyway, we should get drinking because we got lots more beer to drink. So this is the Smittix Red. Okay. Tasting it.
Oh, that's a nice summer beer. Summer
This
autumnal.
beer is so good. So good, so good. Hey, so good.
Why
God bless you, Ireland.
are we having all of the good beers in one day? Also, I think a little bit of Smittix because I'm curious now.
I don't know if you should use the Harps because they didn't use the red to make that. The guy called it a blacksmith. He poured Smittix and Guinness. But we might try something else. I don't know. I think you could use Harp. I don't know. The producer will look it up. Right? Thank you.
just pleasant. That's just fine.
That's just a good tasty beer. That's a good red ale. My goodness.
If anyone out there is disappointed that we're not hating ourselves over the beer that we're drinking, consider this our vacation time. This is our beach episode. It's just so nice.
It is nice. Man, we're gonna be so drunk.